Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Mosballin. Happy 2K day. 2K is officially releasing today. I dropped a video earlier on everything that you need to know about the mode. Pretty much I try to cover everything. I'm sure I missed a lot of things, but I've been making videos this past week about everything, and I'm trying to make more and more. I got some better tips on the newer stuff tomorrow and the day after. I was waiting for the game to release before I touched up on a lot of different things like the new coaching system and all that good stuff. So make sure if you're not subscribed, you do that, as well as leave us a like for all the hard work we've been up to, and put on the noties so you don't miss out anything. I'm trying my best. Thank you guys for all the support lately. But today we're talking about the level 40 grind. Yes, now when it comes to leveling up in XP, I think it's really simple to follow the guidelines if that's what you're trying to do. Like if I'm trying to level, it's very simple to know I should go play this mode, I should go play that mode, because XP is not like rep. Like I'm dropping a rep video later today where rep kind of varies on different game modes, to the sense that like I can tell you I'm getting 5% in this game, but in reality if you're a higher rep than me, you're only going to be getting 3. If you're a lower rep, you're going to be getting that. But the guidelines and the principles are all the same, meaning that at this exact moment this gives the most rep no matter what tier you're in. But today we're talking about XP, which is all the same, right? From level 1 to 40 takes you the same amount of XP points. What that means is, say for example you play a different game and whatnot, you usually can see how much XP is needed. So it'll tell you like you need 30,000 XP to go from level 30 to 31, right? And then from 31 to 32 it'll be like 35,000, then it'll go up. No, in 2K 1 through 40 every single level is the same amount of XP points needed. So whatever that number is, we don't know it. Maybe it's 20,000, maybe it's 200, whatever it is, it's always the same. So that allows me to tell you that percentage wise for this mode is pretty much as accurate as possible. Obviously you can still get a little bit more or a little bit less. That's based on actual gameplay. Like if one game you're hitting all your threes, you're getting to the free throw line, you're doing all this stuff, you know how you make a little bit more MT, you get a little bit more XP too. You might get a little bit more rep too, just a little bit. It's nothing major, but it will make the decimal point differences. Like sometimes you might get like 1.2 and the next game you get 1.4. like it's just gonna vary very slightly, and obviously I'm not gonna tell you play the best every game, but that's what we do, right? We try our best no matter the circumstance. So without further ado, let's get started. Now every single number I'm gonna tell you guys is without any of these double XP coins. I didn't use any to calculate any of this math. This is just strictly just playing the game. Now if you want to double your XP and use these, just double the number I'm going to give you. Once again, the numbers are just pretty much average. I played every single mode. I kind of went through it maybe once or twice if I didn't trust the numbers, and like I just wanted to make sure. There was one mode that was pretty glitched and it was really hard for me to see my XP and my rep every single time for whatever reason, and that's just the one that I'm gonna not estimate, but I did a pretty educated guess based on what was happening every time I played it. Okay, so let's start with the lowest of the low, and it is actually Breakout Gauntlet. Breakout Gauntlet gives you the lowest amount of XP. You're roughly going around 5% for clutch time games. The triple threat games were weird as well. You know, just so you guys know, clutch gives you a little bit more XP than triple threat. So I'm already telling you 5 for clutch, so you know triple threat's even lower. And that's just for Gauntlet. You go ahead and move on over to regular Breakout. Breakout wasn't bad at all. Breakout was actually giving me some pretty good numbers. The triple threat on Breakout was giving me about 7.8%, which in theory is way better than the Gauntlet, and it's not that bad. The clutch time games in here were giving me roughly 9.5 to 9.8% around there, which is almost double what I was getting from the Gauntlet, which actually makes you wonder, why is this one so low? I couldn't kind of tell myself. It was pretty low, wasn't getting much of anything. Maybe it's because I was using gold players and emerald players and low overall players, so I wasn't playing as well. Maybe if I was using a regular team doing more, maybe I would have been getting more. I don't know, that's maybe a big factor possibility. So I'm not too sure, but all of those are the lowest. Now actually full lineup games, which I normally skip, I hate playing full lineup games because they don't count towards my agenda, so I find them a waste of time, was giving me around 12% XP for a full lineup game is great. Think about it. You just finished up a board, you just leveled up. I know it seems slow in general. Breakout seems like a really slow method for leveling and rep and all that, but in theory it really wasn't that bad when you come down to the nitty gritty, the little numbers here and there. If you're just playing Breakout, you can still level up, which is something that is good to know. Now we'll move on over to the next step, and that was actually the triple threat park. It makes sense that triple threat, since there's slower games, lower games, those are definitely going to be based on grade, I believe. Like my best games, I was getting around, like I was hovering in the 12% range. 12.8 was really where, like, I think my average was in a triple threat park game in percentage wise, which is better than all the Breakout stuff. But obviously a triple threat park game would take normally longer than any of those offline games, right? You can finish an offline game in what, 3 to 5 minutes? Triple threat park, you're looking at a lot longer, unless you're playing twos and you're really good. But even then, it's just like one of those trade-offs, right? It's one of those, yo, am I getting this, am I getting that? And it's just good to know at the end of it. And I actually lied to you guys, because that wasn't the next one. The next one was actually salary cap. I apologize. Salary cap offline was getting me 11.2. There's too many numbers on my computer screen right now. I made a spreadsheet for rep, and they're all kind of just all in my head, so I'm sorry for going out of order. But salary cap was the one after the Breakout stuff. That was 11.2, and that was when I played the highest difficulty. These are supposed to be by difficulties, whether they say the same person's name, show the same overalls, they're supposed to be the lowest and they're supposed to be the hardest. So I got 11.2%. I played really well in that one. I only played one. I'm not touching that again. They give you 42 points towards your round points for playing offline against the best. That's what I got, and it made no sense because online I got 171. So it's like, I'm not playing that again. I'm not playing offline personally. I mean, offline makes sense if that's what you want to do, plus it's easier if you're going for the 150 wins, which is another thing I don't plan to do. So I'm just putting it out there. After that, we talked about, obviously, park was next. Then you actually go to Showdown. Now Showdown, I would never play Showdown for XP. That's just me, because one, it's really sweaty. It's one of the harder modes in the game. It's very annoying. You're gonna play against the best of the best teams out there. Like even my team, which is very valid, very good team, right? I have a really good team. I'm not gonna enjoy playing this mode to get 16.5%. There's way better options to get XP if that's what I'm heading for. 16.5% is not a good trade-off for what you have to go through, and I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm telling y'all the truth. Now, what is a better mode that's online? And that is salary cap online. I was getting over 17. Well, actually I only played one game, so I got 17.1, right? It was 17.1. I don't have a big data to go on, but I also played really well or whatnot. It wasn't the best. I could have played better, but I played well enough to make it happen. This is our multiplayer stats. There's no way I had more than 20. Oh, they kind of I was gonna say maybe they bunched it up together, but I did way better than that. Definitely way better than that. I don't know, the stats are kind of messed up. I wonder if they like combines. Nah, but it shouldn't have been combined. I definitely had like 50 points low key. I was to say I have 22, whatever. It's the game, it's the glitch. I had 1-3. No, I definitely didn't. I had a little bit more. I got carried by my salary cap goat. I'll show y'all my salary cap goat. My son Julius Randle went ballistic. This is the team I used originally. The caps don't match up anymore, but Julius definitely carried us in that game. He had like 21 or something like that. He was going off. Absolute beastie stuff. Now, besides that, there's only really 2 modes left, and that is All-Star Team Up and Mr. Domination, which we all know Domination is the best when it comes to XP. But All-Star Team Up was the one that was kind of glitched. It was all over the place. It told me I leveled when I didn't. It was basically showing me sometimes that I got like over 30% when it really shouldn't have been, because I'd go back in, I wouldn't see that I leveled up, and I was like, what is happening? So I did the math based on the next game modes that I was playing. I was trying to subtract and figure it out. It was really like complicated that I would have to play another game, base it off the average I was getting from that game, subtract that to see what I was actually getting. And the number I came up with was 27% from All-Star Team Up. It was like a little roughly under. I played a couple of them just to try to see. So the average I think was 26.9. So it's roughly around there. I hope that's the right number. Like I said, it was too glitched to really know. And it sucks because like if you try to just see your XP, you can't. Like if I go in here and just see what I'm at, it will never tell you. There's no place to actually see besides after the game ends. and it was all over the place. I would sit there and try to screenshot it, screen record to see what number it stops at, and it was just never accurate. I don't know why. That was the only mode that was like that, and it was like that for Rep 2, which was really frustrating, but the Rep 1 was better in my opinion. But that mode is definitely second best when it comes to XP. So if you're looking for an online XP grind, that is your best bet for sure. The second option is salary cap online. I think that's an easier mode and the amount you're getting. So it's between the two. If you have a team, go team up. If you don't, you go salary cap. And then finally, we know the best mode for anything percentage related when it comes to rep or XP and all that is going to always be domination. Domination gives you 39%, which is pretty much the same it was at last year, which when you think about it, you use a double XP token, right? Now you're at 78%. That's pretty much a whole level every time. It's a little less, obviously, but the good thing about it is if you literally go ahead and spam a 30-minute token, right, you get to play 2 games. So think about that. You're not just getting 78, you're going to go crazy, double that, and get 156 because you're playing 2 games. You play the first one in 25 minutes or so. You'll have 5 minutes left over to get into your second one. As long as the game starts, you're getting double XP. Same thing goes for the hour. Now the hour you can squeeze in 3, so 78 times 3. Now you're looking even better. Now you go ahead and spam this one. You do the same thing, but you're playing 5 whole games. That's a lot of leveling up because you're guaranteed like 4 levels off that alone. That's the best way. I didn't even do that and I hit level 40. I made a video of how I hit level 40. I talked about it a little bit, but pretty much realistically, you just gotta play the game, know what modes makes the most sense if you're going for just XP or you want to get to level 40 faster. Maybe you're trying to finish up and get Mr. Klay Thompson before the challenges expires, right? For the season 1 pro pass, if you have it, maybe you're trying to do that. So hopefully this video will be helpful to help you get that done, knowing which modes you should focus on. If you do use a double XP token and want to play a different mode, feel free to do that. 100%. You can knock out a bunch of different other game modes. Like say maybe you go to Breakout and knock out all your full lineup games. They're going to take you 5 minutes each. You do that, 12% each, I said about. So now you're at 24, 36. That might actually mathematically, it won't be better than Dom, but if you wanted to do something different, right? Whenever I think about it, if anything else is really better than like domination, no, nothing. Even in the time that it takes, the XP you get, nothing will ever compete with it at the end of it at all. But if you're bored of it, use your double XP on something else, that's fine. And then I always recommend that even if there's like a minute left, 4 minutes left, 5 minutes left, you go throw yourself into a dom game just to make it happen. One thing I've been doing, whether it's I use a rep double XP or regular XP or whatever, say I get out of my domination game, because I do usually go into dom. Say I get out with like 7 minutes left, 8 minutes left, I'll go ahead into Breakout and I'll play like a triple threat or a clutch game or something that I know, or even full lineup. You get out of there and you still have enough to go into your dom. So I kind of just utilized it for a little bit longer, and I would recommend that if you know for a fact you'll get out of there in time. Otherwise, do not do that. But that's pretty much everything you need to know about XP. I hope that was helpful. I hope it all made sense. If there's any other questions about XP, you should feel free to let me know. I think I was pretty straightforward. When it comes to difficulty, it doesn't have a direct correlation on your XP or rep or anything like that, but like I said, if you play better, so that's where it ties in a sense, it does help out. So yeah, playing on a higher difficulty, if you play better, maybe you'll get, it's gonna be minimum though, it's like very minimal notices, you won't notice it, it'll be like 0.1, 0.2, like little things of that nature. So it might not be the greatest or that worth it. There's no XP in challenges, that is not a thing. There's no XP when it comes to game changers. They do have rep though and MT and all that, but no XP. Thank you. I'm so glad that was the case, because if they would have added it there, I would have been really extremely upset. So right, again, let's do this one time. Let me see if I remember this correctly, but Breakout Gauntlet is the lowest, right? Breakout Gauntlet followed by regular Breakout. I always back out, I forget I can click square. The regular Breakout is after. Remember the modes that they go by. So triple threat is the lowest, then clutch, then the other thing. And remember, this is just for XP. When it comes to rep, it's a whole different system. Like I'll tell y'all right now, when you do triple threat rep wise, it's the best. I'm telling y'all that. It's crazy and it's very weird, and I had to double check it multiple times, but that is 1000% true. Now, when it comes to after that, we said it was salary cap offline, right? I remember now. I remember I did that off the top of my dome. Salary cap offline, followed by triple threat park. That was next, and then from there we went into showdown. Then we went team up, and then we went domination. I hope that was all very, very helpful. I hope I helped you guys out in many ways. If possible, please go ahead and feel free to let me know if there's anything else you need, always and forever. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. Share this with any of your friends trying to level up, and I'll see y'all soon. It's been your boy Mos. Y'all know the drill, and ballin' out.